There's something that a lot of us have in common. And what that is that many of us suffer from the watchful eye of the imaginary audience. Now, the imaginary audience is a devilish thing because it watches and critiques every little thing you do, everything you say, everything you do, everything you wear, the way you walk, the way you talk, what you talk about, who you hang out with, how you spend your time, how you go about social situations. The imaginary audience is all eyes on you. It's paying attention to you alone. It has nothing better to do than to judge you and critique you and belittle you and pick at you, and after you've done something, the imaginary audience spends a great amount of time talking amongst themselves about what you did and how weird what you did was and how you could have done it better, and oh my god, I can't believe she said that, or oh my god, I can't believe he did that. And it spends all this time and attention and energy on paying attention to you alone. The job of the imaginary audience is to judge you and to pay attention to you and to critique you. And that's the only thing it's focused on is you. But see, here's the only caveat when it comes to the imaginary audience. And what that is that the imaginary audience doesn't exist. It's not real. It's imaginary. There is no group of people that are spending all the time in their day judging you and thinking about what you did and what you said, and oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Did you see so-and-so today and what they did? But nevertheless, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here, that a lot of us act as though that's the case. A lot of us live as though everybody is paying attention to us and judging us and critiquing us and being very hyper vigilant and hyper analytical of every little thing we do. Where if you have you're talking and your voice cracks or something, you think everybody and their brother and sister is like, oh my god, did you hear them? Their voice cracked. Did you hear that? I can't believe they did that. That's so crazy. That's so embarrassing. Or you get a little stain on your shirt, and you come to work, or you're out doing whatever you do, and you feel like everybody sees that stain on your shirt. And you may feel so pressured and like paranoid that everybody's paying attention to it, that you're out in public or you're at work and you just keep telling everybody, yes, I know there's a stain on my shirt. Because you're so sure, you're so certain that everybody's paying attention to you. Or how about this one where you're like, maybe you're speaking to a group of people, or maybe you're just in a casual, normal conversation, and you become aware of like you're blinking, and suddenly you're like blinking like abnormally as hell, and you're trying to blink normal, but now you're like, oh my god, they're probably wondering why I'm blinking so much here. I need to time my blinks. Or like maybe you're walking down the street, or like like if you're at work and there's like a hallway and somebody's walking towards you, you try to like walk cool or walk properly, have a proper stride, or you like try to focus on everything else but them walking towards you. Because you think that they're like, oh my god, look how weird he is. He's walking so weird. Why is she walking like that? It's this feeling that everybody's attention is on you. But see, this doesn't exist. Right now, as you watch this video, are you spending your time thinking about what that person said, or what that person did, or what that person was wearing? Or perhaps are you paying more attention and is your mind more consumed with the idea of what other people think of you? Oh my god, are they still thinking about what I did? I wonder if that person noticed when I did that and I messed up with that. Or oh my god, did somebody notice that I was wearing 2 different colored socks today? They're probably all thinking about it. They're probably all talking about it. What more seems to consume your attention? Are you obsessing over somebody else's shortcoming or somebody else's mess up? Or somebody else's mistake, or somebody else's flaw? Or are you more so preoccupied with what other people think of your flaws? Because you are you. You obviously know what you say and what you do and what you wear and how you act and all these sorts of things. So you're well aware. You're as aware as can be when it comes to your behavior. So you know that when you fall short, or when you wear something a little weird, or you get a little zit, and it's like, oh my god, everybody's going to notice that. Who's the last person's zit that you noticed? Who's the last person's weird outfit that you were paying attention to? When was the last time you spent more than like 30 seconds or a minute talking about someone else's shortcoming? And I mean, if you are spending more than 30 seconds or a minute talking about and critiquing somebody else's whatever, that's some reflection that you need to do on yourself, because maybe you're a little bit of a judgmental human being. But see, what I'm pointing to here is that so many of us live our lives in this sort of anxious, paranoid state that everybody around us is paying attention to us. And it's almost humorous in a way, because you think, if we're all over here thinking that everybody else is thinking of us, but all the people that you think are thinking of you are actually in the same boat as you, where they think you're thinking about them. You take a bunch of people and you get them in a room, and every single one of them thinks everybody else is thinking of them. Nobody's thinking about anybody. Nobody's thinking about anybody else in the room. Everybody is preoccupied with, what do they think of me? What do they think of me? And this is a hallmark function of the ego. The ego is a sort of reference point within your body, which is just a human body. You are one human being. But the ego acts as a localizing device that sort of creates a reference point of right here and right now. And now what the ego is trying to do is to survive. The ego wants to keep your ass alive. So what the ego does is it does what's called social pinging. It's pinging off of everybody around you saying, am I right? Am I good enough? Is this funny? Should I do this? Is this cool to do? Should I wear this? What's in style? What do you think of this? Should I do that? Am I acting right? Am I speaking right? What should I do here? We're pinging off of everybody else around us saying, tell me how I should be. Because in order for me to survive, I need to fit in. And what it means to fit in is to get along with the majority, to get along with the crowd. So this is what creates this sort of death spiral within us, where we spend all our time and all our energy on trying to impress and satiate the opinions of everybody around us. And strangely enough, everybody besides ourselves. I've said it before that we live our lives through the eyes of other people, where we're not thinking about what we want. We're not thinking about how we want to act. We're not thinking about what we want to go and do and what we want to say. We're not standing up for ourselves, because when we stand up for ourselves, that creates a sense of opposition. And that opposition might be met with conflict. That opposition might be met with judgment. Now see, when you're worried about, oh my God, is everybody thinking about me? What do they think? Oh my gosh, what do they, And then somebody judges you, because the reason they judge you is because they're a judgmental human being, and they had the nerve to, like, sort of insult you, call you out on whatever, That validates to you that your paranoia, that everybody's paying attention to you, is true. Oh my God, see, everybody's noticing. But see, one person calls you out and judges you and insults you, and it touches a soft spot within you, the thing that you're insecure about, and then it sort of solidifies this fear that everybody's paying attention to you. So now you become even more hyper-vigilant about, oh my God, what are they going to think? What are they going to do? And see, here is the ghoulish part of this imaginary audience, is when you are so preoccupied with playing it cool, playing it perfect to everybody else around you, what you do is you self-sabotage. You get in your own way, and you superimpose problems that don't even exist onto the situation you're in. Like how I mentioned a moment ago, how you have like a stain on your shirt, and because you're so obsessed with this imaginary audience that you think everybody's seeing the stain on your shirt, and they're all gonna go home and text each other and talk about you, because they have nothing better to do than to go home and talk about you. You think they're gonna go say, oh my God, did you see Sally's stain on her shirt today? I can't believe she did that. Or, oh my God, what you're gonna do, because you're so paranoid that they're paying attention to the stain on your shirt, is you're going to be in a room, and there's going to be a few other people, and since you're so horrified that they're all paying attention to the stain on your shirt, You're going to go, listen guys, I know there's a stain on my shirt. I didn't notice it. I spilled some mustard on it the other day. I'm sorry. I didn't have anything else to wear. Now see, everybody else in the room is going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Everybody else in the room didn't even notice that there was a stain on your shirt until you brought it up. Now they're all paying attention to the stain on your shirt. This is self-sabotaging at its finest, where you assuming that everybody's paying attention to what you're insecure about yourself caused you to be so paranoid about it that you sort of in an effort, in an act of trying to protect yourself, you brought it up. And now you planted that insecurity you had in everybody else's minds. So now they can't not think about it. It's like, don't think of a white rhinoceros right now. Whatever you do, don't picture a white rhinoceros in your mind. It's not the way the mind works. The way the mind works is relationally, where when you bring something up, that's what's going to be on your mind. So when you're so insecure about something and that you bring it up, it causes everybody else to become like, sort of like, oh, I'm supposed to be focused on how, like, this person like has a stain on their shirt. Wow, yeah, I see that. Like there's these certain YouTubers I'll watch sometimes, or this certain YouTuber, just one person, and he'll be talking, and he'll get a little, his voice will crack or something. I think I mentioned that earlier. His voice will crack or something, and I'm just watching the video, and then all of a sudden his voice cracks, and he goes, "Oh my God, little voice crack there." It's like, bro, I wasn't focused on your voice crack until you just took like 5 seconds out of your video to like call yourself out. Now see, the calling yourself out is a defense mechanism, because you think that if you bring it to attention, nobody else can really attack you about it. Nobody can catch you off guard. Oh, my voice really cracked there. Or, yeah, sorry guys, I got a stain on my shirt. You're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to like one up. You're trying to show up first. But all you're doing by doing so is putting your insecurity, what you're doing is you're saying, look how insecure I am. I am so insecure about this stain on my shirt right now, guys. Guys, I just had a voice crack, and it was so embarrassing that I had to take a moment to tell you how embarrassing my voice crack was. Or you're walking down the hallway. This is a classic. This is a classic human glitch moment, where we get so uncomfortable in our own skin that we don't even know what to do with ourselves. Where you're walking down the hallway, and somebody else, it's a kind of long hallway, and somebody else comes around and they're walking towards you. Now what do? It's almost like you want to like walk backwards towards them, because facing them is so uncomfortable, and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to look at the wall. Wow, look at that wall over there, man. This is a good one. I'll use this one sometimes. I'll go on my phone. I'll just kind of, because I got something better to do than to, just walk down the hallway, because it's so unbearably awkward to just be walking towards somebody without saying anything. And then you try to like start a conversation like, hi, how you doing, man? And you're just progressively getting closer and closer to each other. You know what I'm talking about? That glitch moment where you get so uncomfortable, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do with yourself. This is a little bit different than the imaginary audience thing. This is more so just social anxiety. But it's the same deal as like when you look at somebody in the eyes in public and you don't really know them or something, and it's like this trance starts where you can't look away, and then you're like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? What is that? What is that? Or when you think back to the imaginary audience, you think everybody's watching how you're walking. This has happened to me before. I'm at work and I'm walking down the hallway and I hear people talking behind me. And I think that they're all like watching me like, oh my God, look how weird Devin's walking. You kidding me, bro? Like I said, when was the last time you critiqued how somebody was walking? Or you picked out, picked apart somebody's outfit? Or you saw that somebody had a zit on their face and was like, oh my God, did you see that guy's zit on his face? She had such a big zit on her face, dude. That was crazy. I'm going to spend the next 3 hours talking about it because I don't got anything better to do. We don't do that. We don't do that. We're more occupied thinking about ourselves that we don't have time to think about other people to the extent that you think they are. They're not worried about you, bro. They're not worried about you. And even if they were, their concern with you shouldn't concern you. Don't worry about it. Don't stress yourself. It gets to the point when you want to ask yourself, how long are you going to live your life through the eyes of other people? How long are you going to base what you say and what you do and how you dress and how you spend your time and who you hang out with and what you post on social media off of the opinions of people that aren't you? This is something that is like parasitizing our culture. The social pinging thing I'm talking about, where we pay attention to everybody else. What are they gonna think? What are they gonna think? Oh my God, are they judging me here? I gotta adjust myself to fit the opinion of somebody else. Now see, your feelings and your opinions and your thoughts and everything is in this little bundle that you call you. Right here, you. Watching this video right now, you're you. You're just doing you over there. Somebody else, like me making this video right now, why would you give two shits what I think of you? Especially if you don't even know me. The only reason you would care what I think is because when I say something that triggers you, like, oh my God, dude, your outfit is weird. Or like, yo, dude, like, you know what I mean? Where I judge you, which says more about me than it does about you, first of all. But the only reason you don't like it is because it creates these feelings within you that you don't know how to work with. They're uncomfortable feelings. So rather than working from the inside out to get to the sort of root cause of these uncomfortable feelings, what we do is we try to make it so that nobody on the outside judges us. We're like a chameleon where we sort of change to accommodate the outside so that the outside doesn't say the things that trigger our stuff. But it's a completely reversed way to go about it. It's way harder. There's a quote that says, would you rather cover the entire surface of the earth in leather so that you can walk around barefoot and not hurt your feet? Or would you just rather put some shoes on, man? Now, trying to change yourself to fit what everybody else wants you to be is like going through the task of covering the entire surface of the earth in leather. But if you just put shoes on, meaning if you work from where you're at and work with what you can work with, which is you're good. That's where you want to work from. You don't want to try to impress everybody around you. You don't want to try to fit in with everybody else around you. Because, first of all, that's not going to fix how you feel. Because how you feel is something between you and God. You know, it's a personal thing. But not only will that not fix it, trying to live up to everybody else's expectations, but also, they're not even expecting that from you. That's the imaginary audience. We're all over here thinking that everybody else gives a shit about what we do and how we spend our time and all this stuff. But they're all in the same boat as you, bro. They're all in the same boat as you. And let me stress it again, that when somebody judges you, it sort of solidifies, oh my God, see, they're all paying attention to me. I knew I shouldn't have wore that. I knew I shouldn't have said that. I knew I shouldn't have posted that. You think it's validating that imaginary audience, and it sort of it validates that paranoia that, oh my God, see, I need to be even more scared and cautious and trying to live up to what everybody else thinks. But see, when somebody judges you and calls you out, like I said a moment ago, that says everything about them and nothing about you. So long as you're leading a life of authenticity and love and maturity yourself, when somebody judges you, they're insulting you. Instead of looking at it as, oh my God, they're right. What am I doing wrong? How can I live up to the expectations of this jerk? Rather than doing that, realize that this person is taking the time out of their day to inflict suffering, to be mean, to be a jerk, to be judgmental. Now see, those are the outliers. And it's messed up because those are the people that make you feel more insecure, like you need to spend all your time worried what everybody else thinks. But see, I'd say about 80% of the people you experience are in the same boat as you. They don't want you to judge them. You come into a room with somebody and you're both sitting there like, I hope they're not judging me. Oh my God, what do they think of me? And then them over here is like, oh my God, what do they think of me? It's wild. It's wild how psychology works, man. Now see, think of this for a moment right now. When you go out into the woods, what's the difference between going out in the woods and walking through a highly populated town? Well, when you go out into the woods, you're under the impression that you're alone. There's nobody else there. You're alone. So, nature is a safe space. It just kind of, it's like relaxing. It's like, you just get to be you. But see, there's no difference between being out in the woods and being in a populated area, a party or a social event or whatever it is, hanging out with some friends. There's no difference other than the difference that you apply through your own mind. Humans and their attitudes and what they say and what they do and how they treat you and all this stuff is just nature. It's just more nature. It's like the wind blowing or birds flying around. It's just nature, man. And see, when you can start to cultivate that attitude in a social situation, you start to release the resistance, because the resistance is born in thinking, what are they going to think of me? Am I living up to their expectations? Am I being good enough? Am I being cool enough? Am I being funny enough? Am I enough? Am I doing the right thing? It'd be the same thing if you went out into the woods and you gave a shit what all the trees thought of you. Oh my God, does that oak tree think I'm cool? Holy crap, all this grass around me. Look how many blades of grass there are. Do they think I'm awesome? Oh geez, how do I, oh my God. Or you're like walking through the woods and you're like, there's a tree, you're walking to it. It's like, oh my God, this is so awkward. Walking towards this tree and we're not, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit silly of an example, but nevertheless, it sits. It lands. Why do we get in a group of people and get all weird and flustered and nervous and oh God? And see, that resistance, you like the you are when nobody's watching is the you should be when you're hanging out with people. They should be completely congruent with each other. They should be synonymous with each other. No difference. The difference is, though, that when you're alone, no pressure. Relaxed. Nobody's there to judge me. Nobody can see me. Now I can be me. But God forbid I'm me in public or with my friends or at work or at a party or whatever, because when I'm me out there, they might judge me. And if they judge me, that means that I'm not good enough. But see, it gets to the point where you stop giving a shit if people judge you, because that's their stuff. Why is somebody else's judgments going to determine your self-worth? Your self-worth is called self-worth. It's how much you think you're worth. It's not called the worth that other people give me. It's self-worth. It's self-love. Self-respect. And that is the backbone of all important forms of respect and love. If it's not coming from you, it's superficial. And it's not going to last. And it's not going to grant you the peace that you're looking for. Self-validation is the best validation. Self-assurance is the best assurance. Self-love is the best love. Because when you have these things, you're indifferent to the opinions of others. If somebody judges you, if somebody makes fun of you, or if somebody likes you, doesn't matter. You say thank you to the person that likes you, and you say, sorry, bro, to the person that judges you. But it doesn't inflict on you. Now see, I remember my friend Jake, I forget exactly what we were talking about, but we were talking about something to the effect of the imaginary audience. What are they gonna, my friend Jake was like, oh my God, what are they gonna think? And I'm afraid of this and that. And I looked at him, I was like, Jake, and this is such a beautiful one-liner. I was like, nobody thinks about Jake as much as Jake thinks about Jake. Nobody thinks about you as much as you think about you. You preoccupy the space of, oh no, am I enough? Am I funny enough? Am I cool enough? Am I whatever enough? More than anybody else in the planet. Because everybody else is in the same boat as you. Everybody else is preoccupied thinking if they're enough, if they're cool enough, if they're showing up the way that they want to show up. Not many people are living their life judging you. Now see, the example I gave in the imaginary audience, in the beginning of the imaginary audience, is like that's how we act. We act as though everybody is paying attention to us. It's the stage fright feeling, where you're up on a stage and it's like, well, what now? How are we going to perform? And everybody's judging you and nitpicking and critiquing you, and oh my God, and they spend the next 5 days talking about, did you see when Northwood Shaman, did you see when Devin did that? Oh my God, did you see when they did that? But nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's so preoccupied with themselves that they don't have time to think about you. Now see, I was talking a little bit earlier about the self-sabotaging, how your preoccupation with being afraid that everybody's noticing what you're insecure about causes you to like superimpose that insecurity on the situation. You get in your own way. You trip over your own laces. Start tripping over your own words. You think about being like out in a social setting and you see somebody that like you're attracted to and you want to talk to them. Rather than going and just talking to them, like, yo, what's up? Like, how are you doing? Like, I thought you were attractive or whatever, or like, you want to hang out or you want to talk or whatever. Rather than just being flow, normal, honest, authentic, you start sitting there and you start scheming. How am I going to say? What should I say? When should I? But what will I say when they? And you have a whole conversation between you and them in your head. So it doesn't even exist. And what you start doing is you start turning it into this glitchy, superficial robot that completely clouds your authenticity and your natural beauty and magnetism because you're so busy trying to plan and plot and scheme, and all that does is come out as a complete insecure mess. Whereas if you were to be you, that's you. And that's how you're going to find out if they jive with you or not, if they vibe with you or not. But so many of us get caught up in the trying. I need to try to be cool, try to be funny, try to be impressive, try to be smart, try to be articulate, whatever, dude. And we all get ourselves flustered up into this rat's nest where we can't even be us. And the reason we're all so flustered is because we're all so concerned what everybody thinks of us, but they weren't even thinking of us, bruh. They weren't even thinking of you. So if there's anything I want to emphasize in this video, it's that no one thinks about you as much as you think about you. So when it comes to that insecurity you feel, oh, they're all going to notice it. Remember this video and try to remind yourself they probably don't even notice it. And even if they did, why bother yourself with their opinion? It doesn't affect you unless you allow it to. It doesn't amount to anything. Don't fall victim to bringing up your insecurities to a group of people that weren't even thinking about it. I know, guys, I have such a huge zit on my forehead, okay? And they're all like, you know what I'm saying? My mom, bless her soul, literally just did that just the other day. I was like looking at her, smiling, and she's like, what, are you looking at my little zit patch on my chin? And I was like, I didn't even know you had a zit patch on your chin, Mom. I didn't even notice. And now that you've brought it up, I don't know. Now that you brought it up, oh, look, the zit patch on your chin. We self-sabotage, we get in our own way. We inflict our own pain, you know? So the next time you feel like everybody and their grandfather is paying attention to you and judging you and talking about you and, oh my God, did you see what they did? Forget it. Even if they are, don't worry about it, man. You got better things to worry about than what the imaginary audience is talking about. Because I can tell you probably 99% of the time, it's not even on their mind. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy this video, before you click off, leave a like on this video because it's super easy to do and it helps these videos go a long way. And if you like this video and you're new to the channel, go to my channel and subscribe because I post content like this every single week. It's what I do and I would love to see you join the homies. So thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you all later.